Hey, I'm Martin Griffiths, and I help manufacturers to create great quality products. And I do that with our digital manufacturing software, Tascus. And in today's demo, I'm going to show you how Tascus features like digital work instructions, in-process quality checks, a digital manufacturing traveler, and live production dashboards can help operators to create the best quality products every day in the most efficient way. And then also how to give the wider operations team insight into exactly what's going on inside the factory. So let's jump into that demo right now. Okay, so we're here inside Tascus. I'm going to log in as an operator first, and I'm allowed to start production, so I'm going to click on that. And how this loads up is I have a list of work orders here for items that have been loaded into the system. So I'm going to pick one of those. Then the routing immediately loads up, and that shows me that I've got to do 5 operations in total on this product. One of the first quality checks we have is we're not allowed to do operations out of sequence. That's a configurable feature that can be added in. So I can't jump ahead and complete test before I've done assembly. So I'm going to finish my assembly operation now. So if I start that, it loads up and I have visual work instructions guiding the operator in the top left, text instructions over in the right, including links to reference documents that might be needed for extra information. And the operator watches that, and then when they finish that small step, they can hit OK down at the bottom and move on to the next step in the process. That's now loaded up a screen. It stayed on the same work instruction, but it's asking me to record a batch number. So this is how we do data capture for the manufacturing traveler. So at this stage, it's asking me to record a batch number of a component. That's going to append that to the manufacturing traveler. So we'll do that to continue on to the next step. It takes me through, ideally with simple pictures and text guidance, step by step, to guide people to build in the correct way right first time. It's now going to ask me to take a measurement. So we have quality checks. We encourage our users to have quality checks all the way through their production sequences so that faults can be found as early as possible so faults don't move forward. So for example, if I was the operator here and I took a diameter measurement of 102.5, that would be outside the limits. That stops this operator moving forward with this process. He can't continue, has to categorize a cause of the failure. And we have to do one of two things, kind of get a supervisor or an inspector over to confirm if it's okay and potentially override it, or do a retry and some kind of rework. And we have a number of different options for rework. Right now, I'm going to authorize that and move on through to the next step for the course of this demo. We go back to the work instructions. The next check that we can do is checking that the correct components are used. So it's asking me for a specific part number of a steel cover ending in 267. If I was to scan the wrong component, it would tell me that's wrong and I would have to go back and fix that. So I'll scan the correct component this time and it lets me continue on. The last type of process control check that we're going to show in this demo is just a visual inspection. So it gives me a picture of what the item should look like, and then asks me to confirm if everything's correct and that I can pass or fail that. So for now, I'm just going to pass on through there. And that's the end of my simple assembly process for this operator. So we've covered work instructions and process quality checks there. I'm going to log in as an admin now. And I get a number more options. First thing I'm going to look at is the traveler. So if I move over to product report, and it's loaded up already the traveler for the item that I was just working on. So I'm just going to give that a refresh. It's got all the operations that's been completed in the routing so far. including what I've just finished off, the assembly steps with all of the results, any overrides that occurred, who did it, and when they were completed. We also have a rework section. So any rework that's completed on items can be recorded down in a separate section under a rework category. Okay, so that's a traveller. The next thing we can have a look is a couple of the dashboards so that the wider operations team can get insight into what's going on in production. So I'm going to go over to this production overview, and if I load up a view here, this shows me all of the work orders that are in progress at the moment, who's working on them right now. So here's this one that the user John was logged in with at the moment. So if I double click on that, I can see it's at the assembly stage. But if I open up its window, I can get its full product report here, and I can get some more detailed information on where it's at, when it's expected to be completed by. So I can see exactly what's going on. And these will all update live so that this can be put onto a screen on the shop floor, or the sales team or the operations team can have access to this so they can see items as they move through production. The next thing we can have in terms of dashboards is a production area dashboard. And if I look at that for this month, I can see that we've completed 8 items in this time. We've had some downtime for various reasons, and we can break out the operation efficiencies for our processes. So we can get, the operations team can get kind of insight into the KPIs that are going on in the production area at that time. And then from these, we can drill down into some more detailed reports on downtime, for example, all of the reasons, all of the causes, efficiencies, times, all of that kind of thing. So the final thing to have a look at is how this system is configured. So we give you the platform. You are able, as a user, you're able to create your own customized work instructions yourself. So this is our editor that I used before for creating the visual images and the text. So they are all built in as kind of building blocks, step by step, to guide operators how to complete the products, processes. We link them up when you build a manufacturing routing, so we can put the high level operations in, link them to a production sequence, and then optionally put in the preconditions that lock in the sequencing of the routing. Once that's done, you have a fully configurable system. You can add your BOM, your part numbers, your routings, your production sequences, and then that can be released out to production so they can track and record everything, control quality, grab the traceable data, and capture efficiency information as well. So if this demo has been helpful for you, take a look out below this video. There will be a link. If you click on that, it will get you to book a call with one of our team. We'll be able to help you explore this a bit more further, see how this could work in your business, and answer any questions that you've got. So I hope this has been really helpful for you today. Take a look out for that link below the video. Click on that link to book your call, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks very much.